Welcome to the Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Thursday, June the 29th, 2017. And today, in our Tech News Update, we have Windows 10 Insider Preview that was released yesterday. And this is another, of course, Redstone 3 Fall Creators Update. It has a few new features, and if you want to know more about it, check out my video of the review of this that will be popping up on the channel about an hour or two from now. So if you're interested to see what new features and what does the Fall Creators Update look like at this moment, well, that's going to be the focus of that video. Well, Apple is reminding developers that all iOS and Mac apps will need to run 64 bits. It seems that a high number of developers haven't upgraded their apps so that they are available in 64 bits, and that's getting a little, Apple a little scared. So they're reminding everybody, look, if you want to have your apps work on the newest devices, you'll need to upgrade them to 64 bits soon, or else you'll miss the boat. In other news, we are learning a little more about the massive Petya ransomware attack that actually has been happening this week. And we know, of course, that two major companies have been hurt really bad with this. Maersk, which is a Danish company that, of course, has all sorts of transportation stuff. It's a merchandise transportation company. FedEx Europe also been badly hit with a lot of disruptions in its deliveries. And one of the things that we are learning more and more is that it looks more like a cyber attack than really a ransomware attack in many ways. Also, we know that 18 people have paid for decryption, which basically you should not, and that means that you don't have backups and that you're really, really screwed. But worse than that, those 18 people that paid actually do not have decryption keys. They have paid for nothing, as no decryption keys is being sent back. And also, they're saying that this attack is really aimed at destroying data and nothing else. So that means don't think that you'll get your data back if you've got bitten by this and don't have a backup. You will not. This thing is made to just destroy data, and that's it. Well, 10 years ago today, exactly today, of course, the iPhone stormed the world and changed forever what we've been doing with our technology, especially on the mobile side. And it is very, very interesting because there are a few things and a few anecdotes here. First of all, how did the iPhone come to be? Apparently, what happened is back then they were actually using and designing already an iPad, and they wanted to actually come out with some tablet. But at some point, apparently at a meeting, while somebody was playing around with the iPad, it seems that, of course, the CEO of Apple at the time just looked at the iPad and said, you know what? Can you make this in a very small form that would fit in the palm of your hand and have a phone? And of course, the engineers looked and said, yeah, of course we could. And that's one of the little stories behind the iPhone back then. So it seems that the iPad would have probably come sooner if it was not that they just abandoned iPads temporarily in order to make the iPhone, which is kind of very interesting when you think about it. And of course, Steve Jobs wanted to have this as soon as possible. Apparently, he was really, really mad at competition and wanted to show the world they could do something better. Also, one of the things that it changed is how a company can deal with carriers. Up to that point, carriers decided what companies could, push out and do with their devices. But Apple came to Verizon and AT&T and said, you know what? We have this device. It's going to be really popular, and you better sign with us with our conditions. And of course, AT&T, which was the first carrier to get it, kind of was a little, not sure what to do, but they knew that it was something big probably. So they actually signed even though Apple said, we decide the rules, not you. Kind of interesting also how that changed some of the rules of the carriers. Facebook has some kind of problem with its rules. You know, we talked a couple of months ago about how they had some really complex rules that are really difficult to actually, know what's good, what's bad. And an example came to light this week, and we're showing that, for example, if you'd post anti-Islam stuff, you would be, of course, flagged, and the comments and the things you said will be removed. But if you did the same with anti-gay propaganda, it would seem that Facebook would do nothing and just leave the comments there. And one of the, a few of the people looking at this saying, well, that also should not be there. There's like some kind of problem in the way that we choose what's there and what's not. So very complex rules, and apparently there's tons of people working just for enforcing these rules. And I think, what, the best would be to have some kind of AI, some, machine learning that knows what's good, what's bad, and just, let you know, or prevent you from just posting it, basically. Well, a California congressman, that is, of course, a Democrat, has said that, first of all, they asked the NSA, can you do something about, the ransomware propagation thing? If you can, I think you should help. But also, he says we should actually hold the NSA accountable for the worldwide attacks using ransomware, and they should be punished for what they did because it's their own tools that are used against us. So, I kind of like that guy. So anyways, no real response from the NSA on that for now. And finally, in a very surprise move, French regulators had said that, they complained to Microsoft about Windows 10 privacy, and they said that, they could have a fine and could have problems if they didn't change anything. And when the Creators Update arrived, the privacy panel that appeared when you install and the changes it would bring, actually, it seems it satisfies the French regulators. And they say that right now, Windows 10 and its latest privacy settings conforms to their own guidelines for the operating system. So, at least some good news from Europe after the, European Union is going crazy about everything. So that was the Tech News Update for Thursday, June the 29th, 2017. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And thank you for watching.